What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? This is your boy Enlightened Luciferian Prince coming at y'all once again. I adjusted the audio, I adjusted the lighting. Hopefully, everybody's all right, in good state, good health, good wealth. Appreciate all my subscribers who've been rocking with me. The first time viewing this channel, before you subscribe, just please listen to the content. The content of this video is to describe why a lot of people have what I would call the title of this video, Prosecutorial Indifference. Now, before you actually view this video, please know that number one, my videos are not for children, and number two, this does not constitute legal advice, nor does it constitute anything anti-government. The sole purpose of this video is for informational and educational purposes only. Now, I'm going to speak this in a calm manner because I think that to convey a message to an audience in certain respects, because sometimes I do get a little trippy, whatever. It is what it is. My channel, I'm going to say what I have to say. But this right here is a topic of prosecutorial indifference. The reason why prosecutors and solicitors or any member of the bar actually goes as hard as they do on people. Now, here we go. The laws of accountability states, if indeed when a person is accountable, this is a universal law, I should say, universal law of accountability. When indeed a person is accountable of a deed, or a deed done, a deed for thought, or a deed in and of itself, that in which a person has full knowledge of, then they shall be accountable. That's universal law. Now, people who know about Ucadia know exactly where I'm coming from. However, the systematic principle is not about eliciting justice. It's about eliciting monetary gain from a premise of saying particularly like, okay, well, someone brings a claim against you, and I've had many claims brought against me, and not all of them have succeeded. The only claims brought against me were things I had done against a person or their property. But that's not the point. The prosecutorial indifference is the fact that these individuals take the burden upon themselves because they're representatives of what we call a state. A state, not a state, a state. Or end state, whatever you wish to choose to, for the etymologically correct, even though it's a bastardized language still. But they take the burden upon themselves to say, I'll take the case, or I'll take the charge. Prosecutors take charge. They really do. They're not in charge. They take the charge. They take it upon themselves to say, no matter what, I have a lot of underlings that are going to do my bidding in order for me to win. See, whenever they say you won a case or you lost a case, it doesn't mean justice was elicited. It just means that at that particular time, it was convenient for them to basically say, I take it upon myself to say, in this proper instance, hey, I'm going to take this case. No live lawyer, aka prosecutor in any sense, is going to take a case in which they know they can't win. But there are tactics in the game that I will not say on this video. I will not say it at all because this does not constitute legal advice. It's just for educational purposes. So they take it upon themselves to say that they wish to prosecute this case, then they're going to take the liability. So they already accepted it. Now, most people have been misled to believe that the judge, quote unquote, is the be all end all in regards to any instance of the say so. That is the money lender. That's the backup man or woman in most instances. That's the one that's going to be like, well, you know what? I got enough to cover you if you fuck up. And this is a hard, significant truth. I got enough to cover you if you fuck this up. Defense attorneys in most instances, are not what you think they are. They are people who are in cahoots with said point A, point B, point C. So if you triangulate that position, who's left out the equilateral triangle? You are the defendant. If charges are brought against you, or if any claim is brought against you in that respective sense. So you're out of the equation. Now, if you understand the laws of geometry and you put the square inside the triangle, then you understand what it means to be a superior interest or secure party creditor in your case. Because it comes around 90 degrees, which means everything comes back to you. That's mathematics. That's a fundamental fact. And they know that. But they eliminate the square because the agreement was already reached before you even got to that point. Fact. Anyone that knows geometry, challenge me on that, I promise you. Because from one point to another, and from one point to another, without a square, never makes it a complete triangle. So, prosecutorial indifference means that the liability raises itself at the highest standpoint. Now, the highest standpoint is the person who takes the highest point of priority. If anyone knows about an apex, that's the highest point of priority. So now these people are basically playing games with your life. That's why I tell a lot of people, a lot of brothers, straight. Understand the grand law of mathematics because they've been played against you. Now, this is not a course in any type of doctrine or any type of belief system or any type of anything. It's for educational purposes only. So when the prosecutorial indifference takes place, this is when you actually stand in your square. Because if you take a courtroom, you shift it a little bit, you're sitting in the square. You're sitting in it. You just don't stand in it. Now, for those who get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. You sit in the square. You don't stand in it. That's your problem. And you're looked at as a debtor. And for all the people on YouTube that keep giving out these misinformational videos, keep telling people, hey, this is the way you file UCC1. This is the way you do this. No. Stop. Corrective mathematics does not lie in just paperwork alone. It requires study, research, application, and manifestation. That's what it requires as far as a remedy of you getting yourself extricated. But what I do give general advice in is also a central fact is keeping yourself out of these people's jurisdiction in the first place. Jurisdiction. I said it before in my videos for those who've been watching me for a long time. Stay out of their legal language limbo. Because they know the words. They know what you say, and they have it covered. They got the bases covered. But you need to have your square covered too. Because in regards to baseball, it's what? And then it's home base. This is all what it boils down to. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, what are you saying? What I'm saying is this, in a nutshell. And let me be a little crude, because I love to be crude. These people are basically fucking you over. From the moment anyone puts a claim against you, I file liens against anybody who actually puts a claim against me in court. Yes, I do. I don't say no names. I won't say no names. But anyone who puts a claim against me in court, trust me, your credit will never be perfect. I file anybody who has ever filed a lien against me in regards to my personal property, as far as a unsecured interest. Oh, yeah. I file liens against every individual who's ever came against me in the courthouse. And I mean every individual, whether they know it or not. It doesn't matter. Because what you do to me overtly, covertly, that's how I operate. So, in respects to this, what you have to do whenever you understand prosecutorial indifference is to never argue the charge, don't argue the case, don't go to court. If it's something that is under duress, now I want to say this as a caveat. If it's under duress, appear in a special, not a general appearance. Just appear to say, I'm here, just like Marshawn Lynch did. People didn't pay that no attention. They thought it was entertainment. But when he used to come to those press conferences, by his contract, he had to come. He didn't have to say nothing. He said, I'm just here so I don't get what? So I don't get fined. I'm here under contract. I'm not here for special appearance. I'm not here for general appearance. I'm here for special. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I knew if I stayed in that locker room while this meeting was going on, or this so-called press conference was going on, they will fine me. And I'm not trying to lose that much money. Because he knew the contract. That's what you do. So prosecutorial indifference is about the avid nature of them trying to slander or disenfranchise your character. And basically, you're standing in your character and standing in your square, not sitting in your square, but standing and saying, hey, particularly, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Once you have all the facts of the particular cause, you have all the facts of the particular knowledge of the case, and basically what you do, you assess it, you get all the facts, info, and what you do is you turn it on itself, you accept value, and discharge. And you just learned a very significant truth in less than 12 minutes. Simple as that. A lot of people don't agree. A lot of people want to sit here and try to shy and like, well, you know what? That's not the case. Most of the people, like I said before, on these channels have never really even stood before any type of tribunal. They heard some stuff, whatever, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But in reality to it is that prosecutorial indifference is one of those things that is based upon a system of nepotism. Nepotism is a system, if you look it up, it's only given by a grant. So the average person does not have a nepotistic system set in place. And this is why I tell a lot of people the best way to beat the nepotistic system is for you to educate yourself and to understand why prosecutorial indifference exists in the first place. Now, I don't have fruit, but I have fish. True. Why does it exist in the first place? They're indifferent because it's a system based upon a preference. A preference is only based upon monetary system. Monetary systems are only preference upon what's beneficial. What's beneficial to the monetary system? Human indifference or mistreatment. Straight. Wake up. Wake up before it's too late. With this world and the condition that it's in right now, you need to understand one of two things. It's mixed up and it's twisted. The only way you can succeed is by living above the law. Think about it for a second. Living above it. That doesn't mean you're better. No. According to man's law, no. Live above the status quo of expectancy. To all my people out there, stay out of trouble. Stay out those tribunals. Stay away from people, places, and things that bring you in there. Govern your own behavior. Live according to your own dictation. Don't let somebody else decide for you. Live according to your own dictation. Stop letting somebody else rule your fucking mind. Stop. The only law that could ever subject you to any indifference is your ignorance. Period. Your ignorance. But they say ignorance is no excuse. That's bullshit. I've dealt with so-called craftsmen of the law, and I don't boast and brag in my own character, but I will say this. It left them in bewilderment because they didn't even know what I was talking about. Spent all this money to go to school, and you still don't know what law is? It's funny. Straight. Prosecutorial indifference is basically saying, I want to own you. But as a sovereign, you can't own me. First time viewing this channel, like and subscribe. You don't like what I have to say? I don't care. Not one bit. Not one bit at all. But what I will not stop doing is telling the truth. Peace, light, love. Agents, fuck you. Straight up. Because agents come in many shapes and forms. Many shapes and forms. Co-workers, managers, employers, tax preps, relationships, family members, whatever shape. But I will say this. Watch out for the woman in the red dress. Stay tuned.